I used to clean the litter box the way you take out the bin. Fast, head turned, breathing through my mouth. One morning, I stopped halfway through. I had been doing this twice a day for years, and I had never once actually looked at what I was scooping out. Your cat cannot tell you when something starts going wrong inside her, and she is built to hide it. But she leaves you a report every day, in the same place, at roughly the same times, and almost nobody reads it. Urinary and kidney trouble is the most common serious problem cats run into as they age, and the box is where it shows up first, often weeks before anything else. By the end of this, you will know the 4 things that box is telling you, and how to read all 4 in about 10 seconds a day. No fear, no scare tactics, just what your cat is actually telling you. And the 4th is the one owners get most wrong. It is what it means when she stops using the box at all, and almost everybody reads that message backwards. Stay for that one. Sign 1. How often, not how much. Start with the simplest number in your house. How many times a day does your cat wee? Most adult cats go somewhere between 2 and 4 times, but that is not the useful part. The useful part is that your cat has her own number, and she keeps to it, so the signal is never the number itself. It is the day the number changes and stays changed. I went looking for what actually happens first when a cat's kidneys start struggling, because I had it backwards. Danielle Gunn-Moore, a professor of feline medicine at Edinburgh, has spent a career on exactly this. And the answer surprised me. The early change is not that a cat produces less. It is that she produces more. Almost every owner who notices their cat weeing more decides it is a good thing. She is drinking well. She is hydrated. All is fine. It can be the first quiet sign that something needs looking at. Watch her for a few days and you will notice she goes at nearly the same times every day. Most cats do. That regularity is exactly what makes a change readable. Count for 3 days and put the number in your phone. The rule, if that number roughly doubles and stays doubled for a week, that is a vet conversation, not an emergency. Sign 2. What you are actually holding on the scoop. Now look at what comes out. A clump is a measurement. It is how much your cat produced in one visit, preserved for you, and you have been carrying it to the bin without reading it. That scoop in your hand is the most useful measuring instrument in your house, and you have been using it as a bin tool. Margie Shirk, a feline specialist who has written a great deal about cat health at home, makes a point most owners never hear. The litter box is one of the very few places where an owner can genuinely see inside their cat. You already know what normal looks like on your own scoop because you have seen it 1,000 times. 2 changes are worth your attention, and they point in opposite directions. Clumps getting noticeably bigger, especially if her water is emptying faster than it used to, is the pattern that goes with the first sign. Clumps getting much smaller, but far more of them, is the other one. That second pattern is the one to move on faster. The rule: you are not diagnosing anything, you are noticing a change and telling a vet about it. That is the whole job. And it is a job only you can do because only you have seen the last 1,000. Sign 3. How long she stays in there. This one you can read from the other side of the room. A comfortable cat is quick. She digs, she goes, she covers, she leaves, and she does not look back at the box. So what you're watching for is time and posture. A cat who sits in there far longer than usual, who strains, who gets in and out 3 times in 10 minutes, or who makes any noise at all while she is in there, is telling you something she has no other words for. Andy Sparks, a feline medicine specialist, has spent years pushing one particular message to owners, and I am going to pass it on plainly because it genuinely saves lives. If a male cat is straining in the box and producing little or nothing, that is a same-day vet call. Not tomorrow, not the weekend. Male cats have narrower plumbing and it can block, and blocked is an emergency. Now let me put that in proportion because I do not want to leave you frightened. That is rare, and it is the only genuinely urgent thing in this entire video. Everything else here is slow, quiet, and very fixable when it is caught early. The rule: repeated trips producing almost nothing means today. Anything else you have noticed means at the next appointment. Sign 4, when she stops using it at all. Here's the one I promised you. At some point, a cat who has used the box perfectly for years will go somewhere else. Your bed, the laundry basket, a rug, the corner behind a door, and almost every owner has the same reaction. She knows better. She is doing this at me. Cats do not do revenge. They have no way to hold a grudge across hours and act on it later, and no serious behaviorist thinks otherwise. What looks like a message aimed at you is a message about her. Going outside the box is the only time your cat escalates. She's been telling you quietly for weeks in the ways we just covered, and this is the moment she raises her voice. Either the box has become unpleasant to be in, or going has started to hurt and she now associates the box with the pain. Where she chooses tells you which. If you have found it on your bed, you have probably felt something between anger and hurt, and quietly decided your cat has stopped respecting you. She went to your bed because it smells of you. She was frightened or in pain, doing something that had started to feel unsafe, and she went to the place in the house that carries the most of you in it. That is the exact opposite of what it looked like. I got this wrong for years, and it made me a colder owner than I meant to be to a cat who needed the opposite. So never punish it. Not a raised voice, not putting her near it, none of it. She cannot connect the punishment to the act, and all she learns is that you have become unpredictable. Clean it with an enzyme cleaner, not anything ammonia-based, so the spot stops smelling like a toilet to her, and treat the first accident as information, not as a behavior problem, because 9 times out of 10, it is not one. The honest truth, what the box cannot tell you. One honest note, and it matters. Everything in this video tells you that something changed. Not one of these things tells you what changed, and I am not going to pretend otherwise. A cat weeing more does not mean her kidneys are failing. It means something is different, and different is worth a look, usually with a simple urine test that takes very little. Kidney trouble is genuinely common in older cats, and it is also one of the things where catching it early changes a great deal. That is the whole reason the box is worth reading. It is not so you can worry. It is so you are the person who noticed in March instead of the person who noticed in August. And if you have been scooping with your head turned for the last 10 years, your cat is almost certainly absolutely fine. Nobody has ever taught this. You know it now, and that is enough. So tomorrow morning, when you do the box, give it 10 seconds instead of none. How often, how much, how long, and where. That is the entire thing. You are not looking for a problem, and most days you will not find one. You are just learning what her normal looks like so that the day it changes, you are the one who sees it. She has been filing this report every day of her life, hoping somebody would eventually read it. Tell me in the comments whether you had ever thought of the box this way before today. If this changed how you look at yours tomorrow, a like helps it reach the next owner who thinks their cat is being spiteful. And if you would rather understand your cat than guess at her, that is the entire reason this channel exists. I'll see you in the next one.